What's up? It's Ariel, and I want to welcome you to the Get Levitated Patio podcast. And if you are here joining me again, I just want to say, hey, how you doing? Did you enjoy the last one? And if you are just tuning in today, hey, Pookie, like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see my upcoming videos and who's gonna be on the podcast, what I'm gonna be talking about, type shit like that. So y'all already know my podcast is called Get Levitated. Let's get into it. All right. Oh, y'all, I got an icebreaker for y'all. So I want y'all to comment down below. When did you all lose your virginity? Don't be scared. Don't feel judged. And better not nobody judge nobody down below. Let me know. Comment down below. When did you lose your virginity? I lost my virginity at 18. Wait, ooh, I kind of lied to y'all. Wait. I lost my virginity to a girl when I was 15. I lost my virginity to a guy at 18. So yeah. Anywho, today's podcast topics are over pretty privilege and boundaries. Now I feel like this conversation will correlate with episode 2 because we were talking about healing journeys, multiple healing journeys, and we were just recapping episode 1. So I want to kind of get into pretty privilege first. Um, Pretty privilege is kind of something that was made up by men, if you ask me. Um, because many movies back in the day, I don't know if you all watched Ugly Betty or Devil Wears Prada, but things that kind of revolved around when a woman was not that attractive before. You know, she just wasn't the ideal person, the ideal man's standards. She was not cute, didn't have her hair done, short clothes, revealing. She just was there. But then once she dressed up and got pretty, everybody paid her attention, everybody wanted her. I feel like men paved the way for pretty privilege. And then once women seen that, oh, all I have to do is get beautiful, or all I got to do to wear this to get that, I feel like that's what made women think that men are supposed to do everything for us because they made the path. You get what I'm saying? I asked one of my good friends, and he agreed. And I was like, you feel like men put too much on their plate by showering beautiful women? And he was like, hell yeah. Hopefully I can get him on this podcast one day because he has the same mind as me, but he dope. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to get him on this motherfucker. But anywho, men paved the way for women to think that everything is really transactional. You get what I'm saying? I do this for you. I look nice and shit like that. You give me what the fuck I want. But of course, we have men nowadays, and don't start with me. If you ain't the nigga that sit here and splurge on a woman, or your love language is not acts of service or giving, don't worry about this. This does not pertain towards you. But I'm talking about those men that had the money, that had the finances to sponsor a woman. Because me, I am a victim of pretty privilege. Things have been handed to me just because I am beautiful, or just because I carry myself this certain way. And I want y'all to know that pretty privilege ain't what the fuck is. It's not what it's up to be at all. Like there's cons. There's cons. Yes, we obtain things from people. We get what the fuck we want. But if you are so stuck on give me, you will not be able to give out. And for a time period, I'm not gonna tell y'all out my business, but from 21 to 26, I'm 27 now, be 28 December 4th, Sag game. Anywho, from 21 to 26, I want to say I kind of depended on that person. And I always had a person, sugar daddy, joint that wanted to spend on me, but it still felt empty. And I started realizing, like, what do I really do for myself? You know what I'm saying? If this person were to die right now, would I be able to have the ethics to do what I needed to do? No, because my mind was so codependent on this other person. And then you got to look at it like, typically men that have that power to provide for you, they have this power to provide for you, so they see that they are powerful. And this is another reason why I don't like men in authority. I don't like male authority at all, because of the time period that I was doing this pretty privileged shit. Just letting people give. It's because they feel so macho that they're bringing the money in. What are you talking for? What do you have an opinion for? I literally had someone say, "Who asked you to think?" But who? Me. No cap, y'all. I was just in utter I was utterly shocked. That's all the fuck I can say. But this motherfucker said, "Who asked y'all to think?" And then I had to step back, and I'm like, I see exactly where you coming from, but at the end of the day, bitch, how dare you? But anywho, y'all, yeah, like, the cons of pretty privilege is everything is transactional. Nobody sees you for who you are. It's just more so like, oh, you're pretty, let me give you these things. But you need to be careful with shit like that, because that is called idolizing, and idolizing is a sin. That man is idolizing you, lusting after you. So let me give you shit. This man is giving you stuff. This man is giving you stuff. So you're idolizing the things that he's giving you. We gotta cut that out. And pretty privilege is just is not what it's all made up to be. But yeah, and I hate that. Pretty privilege should really be banned in my eyeballs, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't care. Y'all could jump down my throat, but you're not standing for who you are. And then everything is transactional. Like, cat is the money currency for men, and then money is the currency for women. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, why things just can't be mutual? Why can't pretty privilege be altered into a love language? When you give things to a person, it's because you care about them. You want them to smile, acts of service, but everything is not just kind of acts of services anymore. It's just, you give me this and I give you that. And 2024, that's another reason why dating is so shitty. I ain't gonna get angry, but it is very shitty, because we think that you're supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do this. It's so many fucking standards. On the gay side, on the gay side, it's not that fucking difficult. On that heterosexual side, there are so many standards and so many stipulations, and I don't see myself dating a man unless they have that intelligence and that mental awareness, because I've seen couples that just be like, the man's supposed to do this and the woman's supposed to do this. We are supposed to do this together and grow and be. It's supposed to be team effort. Y'all need to read the Bible, one together. You know what I'm saying? It's not standards. But here on the homosexual side, it's easy. It's cool things like smooth sailing, and I don't even know. Like, I wish I can just give the rules to the hetero side and be like, here you go. It shouldn't be so difficult now. But what the fuck ever. But anywho, y'all. So, boundaries. Let's say there are, I would say 4 boundaries, but I can't speak on one because I don't feel like I'm that educated in it. And I'm gonna leave it alone. But the 4 boundaries, we all should have is our sex boundaries, friends boundaries, family boundaries, and relationships. I can't teach y'all that. I can't tell y'all nothing about relationships because I've never really been in one seriously. Anywho, your sex boundaries, y'all, let's get into that. Come on now. Who sex boundaries? We need to have them motherfuckers, because we got women walking around here thinking they the shit, And then we got niggas around here then we got men around here thinking that they slinging dick. It's not that at all. Mm-mm. So when it comes to your sex boundaries, be honest. I'm not gonna care. I used to fake it, fake it real bad, and I had to stop doing that because I'm like, damn, if somebody don't let them know, who will? So when it comes down to if he or she is not pleasing you, you need to view how that person reacts first. Because I remember my first time telling a lady this that the sex was not that great, and she kind of flipped it on me and made it into a me thing, gaslight me. And nobody should ever gaslight you into thinking what you feel is not valid. So make sure if you're gonna tell a person that, oh, the sex was not that great this time, you need to be very considerate, because motherfuckers be trying to perform in there, go in. You get what I'm saying? Feel like they doing they all. And if you come to them and you tell them, oh, that shit was shit, you're liable to get smacked. But don't say Ariel said to tell you, because I said be kind to them and let them know what could be improved. Or if it's just not your cup of tea, just keep it pushing. But we gotta stop saving these folks and just thinking, oh, I can fake it. Don't fake this shit. Let a motherfucker know, please. But your boundaries with your friends, you need to make that shit clear. It's so many personalities out in this world. Just like when I was saying in episode 1 about your self-love journey, and when you go out and start doing things that you enjoy, you're gonna run into people that you care about. So those friends, you need to have boundaries with them, recognizing your triggers, and let them know how things make you feel. Communication is key. I'm gonna say that in every video, y'all. Every video, communication is key, but the communication has to be very clear. And please use your words wisely. Let's get a dictionary before we start talking, y'all, because everybody got their own definitions of shit. That's not how it's gonna go, and communication will never be clear. So let your friend know if anything pisses you off in a friendship. I'm a very big victim of this. Somebody pisses me off, and then I think that I should think about it. Like, okay, say for instance, a girl, my friend, upsets me. In that moment, I choose not to react because of the hothead I used to be. I will take a day or two and I'll text you. That's not very grown up of you. That's not very grown up at all. But in my head, I'm thinking that I'm doing the right thing. Emotion is blinding, and emotions will lead you astray. So when you're upset, you need to let your friend know. How will they know if you don't say anything? So communication is a big factor, and I've had to mend a lot of friendships because I was so selfish and just was like, fuck it. I do have that. I have that really bad. Like, I would say fuck anything and not care. Just like in my other podcast, episode 2, I was saying that people need people. I should have dug more into that, because when I say people need people, studies have shown when you are in complete solitude and you get no sunlight, or you just crapped up in the house, you're liable to go into depression. If you were to be alone and in that same environment, but you put somebody else in there, the depression, it wouldn't exist, because you have somebody to socialize with. You have somebody to you have somebody to social. Here we go. You have somebody to socialize with. You have somebody to share your thoughts with, because you can sit here and talk to yourself all day. But because I do it, I enjoy solitude, and that is the reason why a lot of my relationships have failed with friends or relationships, because 95% of my day I prefer quiet. It doesn't matter to me. But you can't be alone because you will literally go insane. So we need others, but set your boundaries with them people so that you can keep them around and not having to keep on being in relationships like somebody. But I love my friends and they love me, and they understand that shit happens. But you just gotta draw those boundaries with your friends. Things will be cool and dandy. Um, let's get into this family business. Boundaries with family. I feel like this boundaries with family and friends correlate because you gotta recognize the type of person you are. And your boundaries with your family, Jesus, you got to set them, because I don't know about everybody else, but the 90s babies, the way we were raised, I feel like it was harsh. And I feel like it scarred a lot of us. And self awareness or mental awareness was not as popular back then. So nobody really knew how to deal with it, where to go with it, and then, therapy was always frowned upon. But your boundaries with your family are going to correlate with your friends. How can I get into this, y'all? Because when I wrote about this in my journal, I had a good long time with it, because me and family, we've never mixed. It's always been weird. So I'm not really family oriented, and it hurts. But whatever, you need to. I'm not very family oriented, so I don't really care to keep my family around. But you need family as well for your support system, for just period, because family holds you together. And I pray when I get married, I find a family that is just want to have family reunions and shit like that. But when you have the family I have, it's crazy. But before I get into how to draw your boundaries, I want everybody to know that's watching, you family, you friends, you friend of a family. I am speaking an opinion of my own, and I'm not here to offend anyone. I am here to give guidance so that if you're dealing with this same situation, that you can use this going forward. So, with your boundaries with your family, you need to make sure that the people that raised you understand that your feelings are valid too. Because we all know we have those people that babysat us from when we was kids. They're gonna see you as a kid. Me and my big old grown age 27, home of my own, I have family that still sees me in their light. So back when I was saying back in the 90s, the rules when you were a child is out of mind, out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. Y'all, like I had that fucked up. Out of sight, out of mind. That was the rules back in the day. So children ain't have no opinion. You don't need to be in grown folks' mouth. You're a nuisance. That's how I'm gonna view it. That's how I'm gonna say. So if they had that narrative on you then, they're gonna have that narrative on you now. And I'm not saying be disrespectful to your family. I'm not saying that shit at all. I'm saying to let them know that my feelings also matter, and that I can say this, because we don't have to agree all the time. Nobody has to agree, but we can either agree to disagree, or we can just, chop it up. I pray that it's agree to disagree, but that's usually just all it takes. But if they're much older, I hate to say it, they're not gonna give no fuck. They're just gonna see you for who you are. And then, just for example, when you have children, you need to step up for yourself and for your child. So put your foot down and let them know, no, we ain't gonna do this today. I'm an adult. My opinion matters. My words matter. Yours matter as well. Let them know that. I'm not trying to disrespect you in no way, but this is how it's gonna go, and this is how I'm navigating my adult life. I don't want that negative cloud around me anymore of when I was a child and I was out of sight, out of mind, or I couldn't be in no grown up's mouth, So I'm claiming positivity around me, and I would love for you to be around and talk to me as though I'm an adult. If not, we don't have to carry on a conversation at all. But that might seem harsh, but I feel like that's just you putting your foot down as an adult, because I promise y'all, these elderly people, or the disrespectful ones, because y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, the rude ones. They'll talk to you any type of way. Just like, for example, my family is like, it's crazy. I don't want to bring anybody around my extended family because they would check the shoes off your ass. And they don't give no fuck. Don't let you be ugly. Don't let you be ugly. They on your ass. And it makes you not want to bring nobody around. People want to be welcome with open arms. You got moms that's bitter. Don't want you to have nobody else. You get what I'm saying? Jealous of the other motherfuckers that you bring around. You got to stop that in its tracks. Mom, I would love for you to embrace my friend. I know we might have disagreements of this, that, and the third, but if you bump heads with this person and you fall out, I understand. We can talk about it, keep pushing. People fall out, people get back together, but I can't say one damn thing, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done with the boundaries with family. Because if you want to have boundaries with your parents, I learned this from somebody else. If you want to have boundaries with your parents, stop telling them every motherfucking thing. Stop telling them everything. If you have a child and you need to set boundaries with your mother or your father, stop telling them every motherfucking thing. Let them know after you solve the problem. We already know we call our parents when some shit's going down. I do it all the time, used to. But for peace of mind and for boundaries, because you know how our parents are. You should do this, you should do that. I don't really follow my mom's instructions. Like, I'll ask her, but when it come down to executing it, I never do it. And she be like, why do you even ask me? I'm like, you right. Why? But I wanted to hear you, Mom. I needed to have another opinion. But if you want some boundaries with them motherfuckers, you better quit telling them shit. No joke, y'all.
Y'all, the bug started tearing me up. But thank you for tuning in to my podcast today. And I will be posting once a week. Tune in every Sunday, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.